There is no way in hell that you can be a great leader at home and be a shitty leader outside of your house. There's just no way. If you're a good leader at home, the chances are that you're a great leader in your business. Leadership in a family really is more about the way you conduct yourself than telling people what to do. All right. So we get a little bit confused in our world where we may be a CEO or a company owner and we're constantly managing and telling people what to do and giving them different projects and disseminating information here and then maybe swapping information there. And so that's not the world that occurs within your life at home. As a matter of fact, it's a world really that only you and your tight family members are going to know, because they're going to know you behind these closed doors, inside these closed doors. They're going to know who you really are, because how you behave with them, how you act, how you live your life, it's going to be a huge part of how they live their lives. So if you're a man that only comes out and acts a certain way in the external world, but inside your world, inside your house, you're not leading by example, I'm sorry, okay? You are not a leader in any way, shape, or form. There is no way in hell that you can be a great leader at home and be a shitty leader outside of your house. There's just no way. If you're a good leader at home, the chances are that you're a great leader in your business. Now, on the flip side to that, you can be a great leader in business and a shitty leader at home. Their wife doesn't pay attention to them. Their kids have nowhere to go. There's no way, there's no guidance in their household. There is no rhythm or rhyme. So how do we become a warrior-minded man, not just in the battlefield of business, but in the battlefield of home? Because the reality is, at home, things matter the most. With your wife, with your kids. Actually, you don't even have to have kids. It can be just in your relationship, how you are leading in your relationship. So as a man of action, structure is critical, and creating an environment, a culture, right, within your home is critical. If your family doesn't have a legacy or a tradition or heritage or something that you are building in the right here and right now, you're losing a very important opportunity to become a great leader of your family. You're literally dropping the ball. You know, your kids, no matter what, when they go through a teenage, when they go through those years of between 12 and 16, 17 years old, those are rough years. They're going to challenge you. So you have to lead by example more so than you leading by telling them. And men love this shit, okay? Men love this. Men love to sit down and tell a story and try to connect with a teenager. Let me say this real quick. Teenagers don't give a fuck about what you're saying. Let me be very, very clear. They might look at you and shake their head and be like, yeah, okay, whatever, but they don't give a fuck. They're so worried, and their own mind is going at 100 miles an hour. They have other people pulling them, and they're basically kids at school. They got a million things happening that really, the last thing that they want to do is hear their father or their mother give them some, stories of old and how they did this. Now, let me say this. How you create an atmosphere of knowledge, of wisdom, and of literally having that child, that person really learn from you is by the way that you conduct yourself, how you treat others, how you treat them, how you go about your own life. All right. How many fathers do you know that have they have this world of disorganization? They're just sloppy at everything that they do, and they're trying to preach to their child to do something. How the hell are you going to preach to your child all about, hey, you're going to be successful in your life. This is what you need to do to be successful. This is whatever. Guess what? Meanwhile, you haven't done shit in your life. In the end, when that child grows just a little bit, they'll see like, man, I don't want to be like my dad. My dad hasn't done shit. He's miserable, always complaining, constantly badgering me, constantly, trying to make me do these things that he has no idea about, because in reality, he doesn't live that life. We know men like that. So if you are going to be a fake ass person, you are not going to be able to lead in your household. So how do we live an exemplary life? How do we live a life that really embodies this warrior spirit and this discipline? First and foremost, You must own that first hour of the day. That warrior's hour, that's yours. You need to hone your mind. You need to hone your spirit. You need to be prepared for the day at hand. When you make time to go to a football game or to a basketball game or to a track meet or to a volleyball game or whatever it is, and you know that you have deals all day and you are at your office from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. and internally the last thing you want to do is drag your ass to a sporting event for 2 hours to be around fucking smelly people and other parents that are fucking screaming and yelling. But you do it. You do it because you're a disciplined man and because you lead by example, because your kids will see what type of person you are. Now, let me say this. I am not a believer that the father needs to be involved in every little thing, as a matter of fact. Okay? He doesn't have to be involved in every little thing. It's okay for dad to travel. It's okay for dad to be working late. Okay? From time to time, it happens. It's okay. There is a certain feel to that because there is a respect factor that goes there. You don't need to be holding your child every second of the day. You know, in my world, a woman takes care of that aspect. Okay, but when the dad comes in, special moments happen.